Hey, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the next 6 to 12 month game plan. I know it's like halfway through the year already, and then we're really building into quarter 3 and quarter 4. And I see it time and time again, right? What you're doing right now in this season, or what you're like pretty much the benefits, the rewards that you're reaping, is what you guys did 90 days ago, is what you've been working on in the last year or so. And I've been building a lot of momentum. I think what we're going to be talking about a lot is the things that you're going to be focusing on to get to the next level in your business. Okay, I've been working with a lot of different coaches, course creators, consultants, and it's been interesting. I gotten to a point in my education company where now I'm just moving the needle in certain places where my focus is, and then everything else is kind of built as like a machine, as a pretty solid system. So I'm really excited about this, what's getting built and where it's growing, and I think everybody has different levels to where their business is at. Like there's people that are just getting started and they're working 10, 12 hours a day. I'm one of those guys that I'd rather work, the first couple hours of the morning. That's just me. Get everything that I need done and just be intentional with my work, okay? And eventually get to the point where, I only work 6 hours on the business a day, and that's usually what I've been doing. But when you first get started, you're like around the clock. You're really trying to figure out a lot of things, and after trying and testing over and over and over again, you eventually get to a point where you're like, okay, these are what's actually moving the needles forward. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about, just in this video, it will be super quick, about the 2 things that I'm going to be focusing on, okay? Because right now, in order to really scale to the next level, a lot of it's just simplicity, right? You got to really simplify your systems and your business model. And I'm very simplistic. Like when I look at all these other types of businesses, there's so many moving parts, like a lot of moving parts, and it's just going to this point where I think the system will eventually break if you don't fit some things in between as you start to scale. So I want to be able to build something that's scalable, that's very simple, that, hey, I keep focusing on these, and these are the 2 things that I'm going to be focusing on. Number 1 is just dialing in on my client acquisition systems. A lot of client acquisition that I've been doing in the last few years has all been through like organic methods, okay? I talk a lot about posting on Facebook groups, friending your potential clients and customers, and then eventually nurturing them with your own Facebook feed, and even getting into your own Facebook group. That's a lot of what I've been teaching recently. And then there's ways on like LinkedIn. YouTube is a great platform as well to get all types of leads organically, and then you eventually get into paid traffic. So that's where I have things, systems that are working for you while you're sleeping. Paid advertising right now is about 70-80% of our client acquisition systems, and a small chunk of that is organic, right? What we're putting out into the marketplace, videos like this, allowing yourself to be established. Because when I start thinking about these, dialing in on these client attraction systems, these client acquisition systems, I think about the short-term revenue, and then I also think about long-term revenue. I think about the growth of what it can do in a short term, but also what these little actions, these little things that we're building is going to have an effect on our brand long term too. So 1 is dialing in on the client acquisition systems, and then 2 is just making sure that my offer is solid, right? As we're getting in more clients, getting in more people into the pipeline, like are these offers that we have that we're presenting to our potential leads, are these great? Like, do I need to record a new video, especially for the education company? For our agency, it's pretty dialed into the T. Like, we're very advanced as far as the type of softwares. Like I said, a lot of it's very simple. We don't use all these complex tools, and it's just a very simple model of how I like to build for our clients. And that is already kind of packaged. We're an advertising agency right now. I went from like an agency that does all types of things, from like management to only just advertising. And we have that dialed into the T. And then the educational side, it's like, hey, if you have new updates on software, or like not softwares, but it can be softwares, but for example, like Facebook, something changed in their algorithm, or there's just a new method that we've learned that is starting to work for us. Now let's share that to our students. That's exactly what we're doing. So these are the 2 things I'm only going to be dialing in. Right now, my offer is pretty solid. It'll start to probably become, I don't want to say outdated, but there's going to be newer methods that are going to be a lot better for our students, for our community, that I'll eventually just be plugging in there. And then long term, right, it's It's just one thing that's pretty simple to sustain. Like it'll just be 2 or 3 new things that change on either a month-to-month basis or every few months, and I just go in, crush out that training, and then boom, right? We just keep helping. And then also what works for our students, it's like these are the techniques and strategies that we're going to be teaching to everybody, because now it's not just what's happening and working for us, but hey, what's actually happening for them. So these are the 2 things that we're going to be working on, dialing in on our client acquisition systems and figuring out a better way to create a system that generates predictable income. I think a lot of people out there, a lot of businesses, they lack on generating that predictable income. And that's what we're here for. Is I want to not just have predictable income month to month, but even long term, and seeing the type of cash collected we can take in for that month. So these are the 2 things that I'm going to be dialing into. These next 6 to 12 months are going to be super exciting. I think I've been kind of all over the place with like all types of businesses that I've been wanting to experiment. I've experimented long enough to say, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to put my focus on. And this is legit like what I want to build. I want to build this type of company, and I've kind of told myself, let me just go hard in this specific industry for years instead of going back to drop shipping, going back to teaching this and teaching that and doing this. It's like I only want to teach consulting for coaches, consultants, course creators, and I only want to service on our agency side coaches, consultants, and course creators. And once you guys can really establish that for yourself, I really think your business will take it to another level. Your life will be a lot different, because now you're not doing this shiny object syndrome. So figure out your one thing, right, with where you want to like focus on as far as like the industry. And also my offers, like I'm talking about my offers actually they're in this sphere where they're together. Like they actually complement each other. They benefit each other, which is why I said, you know what, I'm doubling down on this. This is everything I want to do. And I've seen it. I've seen the most successful companies. And when I say successful, it doesn't matter if you're making 10, 20 grand or 100 grand a month. As far as like me seeing the success, I just see the fulfillment. I see them building traction, because all they've done is focus on that one thing, right? That one industry. When I say one thing in this context, I'm saying this industry. And then I just see that their offers just like bounce off each other. Like it's such a beautiful type of lifestyle business, which is something that I've been trying to figure out for a handful of years now after doing so many different types of projects. So this is it. This is where we're going. This is how I'm going to be able to scale it to another level. And I'm honed in. I'm focused. I'm kind of cutting off all the fat of all the other projects that I've been working on, that I've been hands-on. And I'm going straight in and hardlining and focusing on this for the next 6 to 12 months, seeing how this is, building client acquisition systems for not just me, our students, and our clients, and always trying to be ahead of the curve and innovative, especially when it comes to marketing. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll probably be going a little bit deeper on all these little concepts that I've shared, but I wanted to give you guys a big picture of the 2 things that I'm going to be focusing on these next 6 to 12 months. And these are what you guys should be focusing on, no matter what business you guys run. Dialing in on your client acquisition systems, and then always making sure your offer is second to none. So when your leads come through and you can take them through that sales process, the offer is so irresistible that they pretty much can't say no, because you're speaking to the pain points of your client, and you can actually get them results. All right. So, hey, if you guys like this, like, subscribe, comment. I'll probably put a scheduler below if you guys ever want to chat. And let's see where this goes. I'm excited for you guys. And if you guys are in the consulting industry, let's book a call. It's a simple, quick 15-minute call. See where you're at. See if you guys are, actually getting to where you want to be. And if you're looking to grow and scale your consulting company, this is where it's at. Take care. Have a great one. Bye-bye.